thousand, turn us to thousands.
Good morning, everybody. My name is OrangeMan2000 and welcome back to another trucking vlog. It is currently 7:21 in the morning. I am 60 miles away, just coming out of rest area because I had to pee. Coming out of a rest area, we are on our way to go pick up our next load. And we are picking up in Ohio. Don't ask me the name because I don't want to butcher it, but the name of the city will be on screen now. With that said, I thought I'd give you guys a little bit of a show today with some actual backing, because hopefully this is a drop-in hook that was supposed to be ready at 6 a.m. I decided to sleep in because it doesn't have to deliver till tomorrow, and it's not that long of a run. Almost 600 miles if you count the distance to get to the place and then the distance to drop. So I'm not gonna show it all. I'm just going to do this little bit, show you guys my backing, hooking, and unhooking process. And possibly, I'll have a little bit more after that, but we'll see how it goes from here. There is a couple topics I wanted to touch on, especially when it comes to Variant, because I have seen a lot of drivers say that this is the best company in the world. To them, it might be, and I guess I'm going to touch on this topic first. Variant is like any other company. When you go through the recruiting process, they will tell you what you want to hear, like any other company, to put that butt in the seat. But orientation itself after that, depending on where you're at, because sometimes they'll fly you out there, that's fine. I've got a whole another story on that, because they fucked up my boarding pass. You know what? Let's just go on how my experience with everything went so far. So as you all know, I imagine I told you in one of my last videos, I ended up leaving May Trucking, going to Schneider. Big mistake, left Schneider. Got tired of the bullshit there. Because I was on my third truck in 2 months. The first one went tits up as far as electrical goes, which with the Freightliner Cascadias, the new ones, if something electrical goes, you're gonna have a whole hell of a lot of problems, and it didn't have the optimized idle on it. So when that battery fucking died, and they had to come out and jumpstart me about a dozen times in 2 weeks. But anyway, I was on one of my last couple of loads with Schneider. I got a hold of Variant on the phone, got a hold of a recruiter, asked some questions, got an application in, called that recruiter right back. They had me scheduled for orientation that same day. So it was just a matter of me trying to get home, get my shit out of the Schneider truck. I had a little bit of time to relax, and then I had to fly out to Dallas, Texas, which that is a really nice terminal. They are really working on it, I should say, because a lot of it is complete. They're still adding new features. But we go to orientation. It's a 3-day process, which is fine. They don't, and here's the thing you guys need to know with the orientation process, they are not going to answer all of your questions. Either they say they don't know how to answer them, or they will get with somebody that knows how to answer them, and then they will get back to you. They won't. I am telling you guys 100% straight up honest from my experience, they will not get back to you. Because once you are done with orientation, you're on your own. You're the fleet manager's problem. So first day you're doing a whole lot of videos, you got to do your drug tests, which they do both urinary and hair follicle, in case you guys are wondering, as well as DOT physicals if needed. Thankfully, I did not need a DOT physical because mine was still good. I think it's 90 days or more before they will send you to go and get a new physical. But okay, so that's day one. Once you're done with that, you're not going to get through all of the videos that day. They want you to try to, but you're not going to, because you've got so much other shit you got to do that they have you stop doing the videos to do, which is a welcome video from some big people in the company, this, that, and the other. But day two, you're finishing up the videos. They take you out for road test, which with 3 months of experience is what is required to be able to get into the company. You go out for a drive, depending on how many students. It could be you and a tester. It could be you, 2 other students, and a tester. I say students, but they're not really students. You guys know what I mean. But before you do that, you have to do a back test. So you have to do what's known as the truck stop back, I think is also referred to as the 45. They also have you do the 90 degree, which for me, I have never done the 90 degree with a 53-foot trailer until I got in that. And that instructor was so damn cool. He demonstrated to us how to do the 90 degree back before he had us get in. So, to that instructor, I am so damn grateful for you, because I wouldn't have known how to do it. Third day, if you're not finished with your videos on the second day, you seriously need to finish up on the third day. They tell you, please finish up in the hotel, because this is what they're doing on the third day. They're finalizing all of the paperwork on you. And the sooner they can get all of that finalized, the sooner they can get you in a truck, and the sooner they can get you on your way. Which, a lot of us were getting, released. I'm one of the lucky ones that got released early. There were some that were waiting for documents to come back. There were a couple guys, I think, that had to go and redo the drug test. Something happened with it, and then they had to go back and redo it, and then it's alright, it takes 3 days. We're not going to be here on Saturday to get you a truck. Congratulations. Your ass is going to be here till Monday. Maybe Tuesday. Because come to think of it, they have a class every Monday and Thursday. I don't know how it works. I don't get paid enough to know how that works from them. But anyway, I got my truck from the company. It was a 2022 Freightliner Cascadia, which I think I did say on a video when I told you guys that I was going to Variant. Good truck, absolutely loved it. They don't call them freight shakers for nothing, though. And I had a couple issues. My APU unit went out twice. My inverter, and see, that's a funny story. I'll touch on them all in a... Had a load that was going from Orlando, Florida up to Georgia, or maybe it was North Carolina. Either way, I deliver that load. I tell them, hey, I'm heading to Tunnel Hill, Georgia. I already got a hold of a breakdown crew. They told me to head there. I'm having issues with my APU unit, my inverter, and I need a steer tire, which I desperately needed a steer tire. That thing was worn down, which that's a thing with the Freightliners. You will notice the steer tire on the passenger side will wear down a whole hell of a lot quicker than the driver's side, and nobody knows why. It's not just variant, it's a Freightliner issue. Anyway, back to the story. So like, they're, okay, we'll push your time out. Well, they pushed my availability out to the end of the month, which is fine because it was for a maintenance thing and we didn't know how long it was gonna be. So I head down to Tunnel Hill, check the truck in. They tell me it's gonna be a little bit. I'm like, how long is a little bit? Probably won't get to your truck today. This is a Friday when we get when, you know, I get there. Most likely we'll have the truck in tomorrow. Saturday. I think they were closed on Saturday. And I remember, because I left the truck there with them on Friday, went to the hotel and stayed until Monday. Which, that was a nice hotel. If I'm not mistaken, that was La Quinta. And I got to stay there. I got Chinese food delivered to me. There was a Waffle House right nearby, so I had Waffle House one day. I was hungry one late night. I went to Taco Bell. There's a lot of food choices right there by that hotel. So, you know, I go in on Monday. My truck still isn't done yet. They're doing some finishing touches. Guy comes in and says my truck number and has me follow him. What he wants me to do is he wants me to lift the bunk up. That way he can get to the inverter without, you know, breaking my TV, because I had a TV on the TV mount, which I 100% appreciate from this guy. So he has to go through all of these steps to figure out what's wrong, and that's per Freightliner, because if they don't, then that voids the warranty for whatever fucking sense it's worth. It makes no sense to me. It makes sense to them. I'm gonna let them do their job, because I know I want to be left alone to do mine. So he ran through all of the issues, and then he's like, I know what it is. So he looks, and sure enough, there was a connection that was not installed from the factory for the inverter and the optimized idle. What would happen is the inverter would die after a couple of hours of use, and the optimized idle on the Freightliner would not kick in. So I would have to start the truck back up, charge the optimized idle, which, mind you, it's not killing the batteries. But fucking, I hate how it's daylight sensor on this digital dash. I wish I could just, you know, set it. Anyway. And then he comes back in, says you're good to go. I set my availability for them, which, you know, it doesn't matter what the fuck I set it for, and I've straight up told them this, because I wanted to get laundry done. I had laundry I need to do. So they set my availability instead of 7 a.m. the next morning, because this is noon when I get my truck out of the shop. Noon, possibly 12:30, 1 o'clock in the afternoon when I get my truck back out of the shop. They set my availability for 10 o'clock that night. Okay. If you say so, guys, we'll figure it out from there. I'm up till 11:30 waiting for a load. I say the hell with this. I go to bed, wake up at 9, I eat breakfast. Mind you, I've already gotten my laundry done. I've already gotten a shower, because I did that too the night before. But fucking 10 a.m. I get my notification for a load. They tell me where to go pick up the trailer, because, you know, there's not one in the yard, so I have to wait for them to figure that out, and that took a couple hours. So they send me off to Charlotte, North Carolina to, fuck, what was it, Burlington? I want to say it was Burlington. No, Target. It was Target first. So I get there, I tell them, hey, I'm picking up an empty, so they go to look, and they're like, oh, what's going on, extra? Missed a gear, maybe? Or is he turning? No idea what's going on with him. Freightliner? Oh shit, Freightliner JB Hunt. Yeah, no, there's something wrong with that truck. Anyway, where was I? Oh, right, hold on. I get my truck back. I'm on my, I get to the Target distribution center in Charlotte, North Carolina. Go up to security and they're like, we don't have any empties from what we can tell, but if you want to go back there and check, you're more than welcome. So I go back there and check. There's no empties, but there is a couple loaded trailers sitting there. So I get a hold of a company. I'm like, hey, my empty trailer that you guys told me to pick up is not here, and there's no other empties. All right, we'll send a message off to the box planner and have them set you up with a different trailer. I'm like, all right. I'm not gonna fucking sit there. I bobtailed my ass over to Walmart. You know, by the time I got there, I called. It was an hour and a half while I was doing my shopping. You know, another half an hour later, they give me another empty. It was a grill outfit where I was supposed to pick up my empty trailer. I get there, check in with security. Security doesn't know any better. They tell me to go to shipping and receiving. So I go to shipping and receiving of this grill outfit, and barbecue grill outfit, by the way, and they tell me we don't have any empties. All right, thank you. So I get a hold of the company, and at this point, I'm pissed because I wasted a day. So I wasn't gonna sit there either. I finally go, you know, I get off the phone with them, I wait. But I'm slowly getting pissed because it's slowly turning to where the sun's going down. Fucking hour and a half, nothing. So I call them and I tell them, hey, since you guys don't want to get me an empty, I'm heading back to the terminal in Tunnel Hill, Georgia. No ifs, ands, or buts. And this is the response I get. Okay. Because, you know, I'm sitting there trying to find parking, and there is no fucking parking anywhere. They've had me out so late that there is no fucking parking. So, what I do is I go... While I'm on my way back to Tunnel Hill, Georgia, I run into a shit ton of traffic. One, from construction. Two, there was an accident on the other side of the interstate. Possibly a fatality accident, which means, you know, dead on arrival or DOA. The fucking, you know, rubberneckers, they have to stop. Fucking... You know, we're in stop and go, so I get stopped long enough to see, because by this time they gave me another empty trailer I can go and pick up. I look, I sigh, I call, and I'm like, hey guys, we have an issue with this empty trailer. And he goes, what's wrong with it? I go, this is the first empty trailer you guys tried to have me pick up that's not there. I'm surprised you guys didn't take it off of the list. Response I got was, well, they're supposed to. Let me take that trailer, or take that off of you. And I'm like, cool. Oh, by the way, I'm heading to Tunnel Hill, Georgia. I'll be available in the morning. Okay. You know, this is the night crew I'm talking to, which seems to be a lot better than the day crew. Oh, there's a lot. I can't say that in the sense of there are a couple people on the day crew that I truly enjoy talking to, because they listen, and I'll get onto that in a minute too. So I get my next empty trailer, thank God it's there. Go to the shipper and pick up my live load, which, mind you, I'm a day late because I was trying to get, you know, an empty trailer from hell. Fucking so we get that done. I thought it's all said and good and done, and, you know, it is what it is. Now, mind you, I said that my APU unit went out twice. Yes, it went out twice. Here's what happened. Mind you, this is... I'm on home time in Salem, Oregon. I get a load notification the day before I'm supposed to be off of home time. Pick up this load of seed in Albany, Oregon, take it to Springfield, Tennessee. I message them and I'm like, I'm on home time. What do you want me to do about an empty trailer? And they're like, they're trying to figure that out. I'm like, all right, my recommendation, since we deal with both of these places, is there is a Home Depot distribution center not far from me. Check with them first and see if you can get an empty trailer there. I'll go and pick it up in the morning. Second option we had was Target. There's a Target redistribution center down in the Albany, Oregon area where I was supposed to pick up my load, so both of them would work out. They end up going with my first option, which is 100% fine and dandy. It was the Home Depot on the extra lot, so I basically just go say hi to the guard on the extra lot, be like, I'm here to pick up an empty. All right. So I go and grab an empty. I get ready to go. I just stop by the guard shack. They take the number down and it's, have a nice day. You too. But I'm on my way out of the facility. All of a sudden, that load gets pulled off of me. They put another load on me. Live load in Wilsonville, Oregon. Drop and hook at the drop lot in Portland, Oregon. Mind you, before home time, I dropped a loaded trailer off at this drop lot, and I'm gonna tell you now, there were no empty trailers there. And it was a very sketchy fucking lot. One I would not want to do a second time. But I call them and be like, because, you know, at this point I'm on the interstate and I'm like, hey, take this load off of me, put my original load on me. Well, they probably did that because you're the best driver. I don't give two shits. And at this point, I am cursing at them because I'm pissed because they're not listening. And I don't even remember the person's name. It was irrelevant. So I go, hey, pull this fucking load off of me. I'm not gonna go get it. I absolutely refuse it. And then put my other load off of me. And then I just get an okay and I get hung up on. And I'm just sitting here thinking, well, fuck you too. I'm not gonna let you guys walk all over me, especially when I tell you I'm not gonna take it. And you're telling me that you're gonna tell the planning department that I said I'm gonna take it. No, I'm not. But fucking, it gets better from there. I get that load taken off of me, but I have nothing on me. So I send a message in, and thank God for the people who see the messages, because they're absolutely fucking great when they can respond, because sometimes it's only one of them, and they've got a whole fucking crew. And here's the thing that doesn't help, is they tell us, hey, we're short on people, please send in messages. Oh, by the way, we only have one person reading messages. What? Anyway, I digress. That person gets that load put back on me. Thank you so much. Anytime.
In 1 3/4 miles, right on US 23.
I get lost trying to find this seed place because it's in a place that I never would have thought it would have been. And you wouldn't have been able to see it from the direction that I'm going. So I'm pulling some sketchy moves on some country roads, which I am 100% familiar with the area. Like I said, I live in Oregon. I trained in Albany, Oregon at 160 Driving Academy to get my CDL, but that's a story for another time, so I know the area. Don't do what I'm saying I did because it's not always going to work out. I pulled up the address on Google Maps and got there right quick and dandy. And, you know, I'm still there extremely early. My appointment isn't until God knows when, and I get loaded early. 7:30 in the morning early, and then I'm on the road.
Be in either of the 2 right lanes.
All fine and dandy. Ah! It said either of the 2 right lanes. What the fuck do you mean? See, that's why you don't listen to the GPS. It doesn't know what it's fucking talking about. I should have just stayed where I was at because I know to expect that shit. Though this guy isn't exactly doing the speed limit, so I wanted to see if I could get around him too.
Continue on US 23.
Bridge ices before road. Shocker. Fuck, this sun's bright. But anyway, I pick up the seed. I'm on my way to Springfield, Tennessee, which, mind you, they gave me a long time to get there. I pick up on Tuesday. I don't deliver till Monday of the next week. I'm done playing your games. I stop in Kentucky, visit a couple friends of mine for a couple days, and then I'm back on the road 100 miles away from my drop. So really, what an awesome place to take a 34. Because not only do I get food, I get friends, I get a fun time. But anyway, we get that done. I drop my load off before, you know, I even get to this place. I'm like, hey guys, my APU unit died again. What do you want me to do? So they have me get a hold of Breakdown. Breakdown has me get a hold of Declinement, which is the people who use the APUs. They're like, well, is there a fault? I'm like, yeah, it's an SOS style code. And it's like, you're using the air conditioner, right? I'm like, yes. Well, that's weird. It doesn't usually happen unless it's the heater. Well, I don't know. I'm just telling you. Of course, it's not doing it now while I'm on the phone with you. But fucking, and I told her this. Sometimes it'll be, you know, SOS style code. Sometimes it won't even have a fault code at all, you know, or a light, I mean. It'll be on, but there's no light. So anyway, she's like, because it's Friday, we won't be able to get you in until Monday. Do you think you can have them route you this way? Possibly. But here's the thing too. It's Friday, so it's a possibility I'm not going to make it to you guys today, which there was no way in hell I was going to begin with. But fucking, you know, that's all fine and dandy. Get a hold of the company again for Breakdown, and then they're like, alright, bring it into the terminal in Tonal Hill, Georgia after your delivery. Okay, will do. We thought we had the plan. Somebody else stepped in, said this, that, and the other, and I agreed to this, that, and the other when I didn't. Needless to say, it got down into the 30s, and I was, you know, waking up a popsicle. Fucking, I get to Tunnel Hill, Georgia, I get the truck checked in, they're like, oh, there's probably no possibility we can get to it today. Alright, do you guys know how long, so I can let the company know, or my fleet manager know, and I can get a hotel for the night? Well, we'll probably have you first thing in the morning, probably mid-morning. Mind you, I'm on the phone with Tim is his name. Really cool guy. He wears many hats in the company. So I get a hotel from one of the fleet managers. I let him know, hey, I got a hotel. He's like, cool. Stay in the hotel for the night. Relax. We'll deal with the truck in the morning. You got it, boss. So I go in and I meet with him in the morning. Mind you, they still haven't pulled my truck in. And they're like, alright, we're probably gonna receipt you. And I'm like, is there any way I can get a Kenworth? He's like, I might be able to do that. He's like, why? Would you like a Kenworth? My response was, if possible, yes please. You know, my organs in the Freightliner right now feel like they're over there, and up there. But from there, I got this truck after a little bit of waiting, which is fine. He gave me a truck number. He says, get your shit, get moved into your new truck, and then come and see me. So I went and got, you know, all of my shit moved over, almost everything put away. I go in and see him and let him know, hey, I will be ready to go 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, bright and bushy-eyed. He's like, all right, I've got it set for you. I told him I just want a little bit of extra time to get my stuff moved in, do laundry, and get a shower, and get a good night's sleep. Because mind you, this is 1:30, 2 o'clock in the afternoon when I told him this, and my truck still wasn't in the shop. Anyway, I bobtail out to get dinner, a Chinese buffet, and my new Kenworth. Absolutely loving it. I get done with dinner, I'm on the way back to the terminal, I get a phone call. Because I have my next load. It's an Anheuser-Busch picking up there at the terminal and going to Anheuser-Busch not far away. And they're like, hey, is there any way you can take this delivery early? Maybe? Why? Well, we need you to pick up this load, and Anheuser-Busch said they'll take you as soon as you get there. All right. Because I can't refuse. Even though it says pick up tomorrow, deliver tomorrow. I get back, I go into where the loaded and empty trailers are, because it's a lot across the street from the main facility. Because mind you, anybody will tell you that Chattanooga, Tennessee is the main headquarters for Variant and US Express as a company. However, Tunnel Hill, Georgia is the biggest terminal that the company has. Chattanooga, Tennessee isn't even a terminal, it's corporate offices. So to me, Tunnel Hill, Georgia is the main headquarters, not Chattanooga, Tennessee. It's just the offices. Because all of the fucking fleets are in Tunnel Hill, Georgia. Anyway, I go to deliver this Anheuser-Busch load. I get there 8 o'clock. Between 7:30 and 8 o'clock in the evening. And, I get turned turned away, even though I was told that Anheuser-Busch would take me as soon as I get there. They told me that they don't have the space for me. Mind you, I got pissed off to no end at this Anheuser-Busch. And I refuse Anheuser-Busch loads, and I tell them why. And I'm like, I'm not doing Anheuser-Busch. You can, you know, say that I'm not going to do it. Tell them whatever you want. Just tell them I am not going to do an Anheuser-Busch load. If you want to give me a Coors load, fine. But I'm refused to do Anheuser-Busch. And this is why. Not only was I turned away when I was told that, you know, as soon as you get here, we'll take you. So I asked them, all right, how long is it going to be before you guys can get me in? Because I was told to get here and you guys would take me in as soon as I got here. Give us a couple hours. Okay, cool, I can do that. So I go down to the TA, which is just a couple hours, or try to go to the TA, which is just down the street. Because you come off the interstate, and then you've got the street to your right, which is where this place is. You've got a Pilot Flying J there, and if you take a left at that light instead of a right, you've got a TA there. So I went to the TA first because I was wanting Burger King. Needless to say, I didn't get Burger King because there was no parking, and they were parked every which way but Sunday. I then go to the Pilot Flying J, which they didn't have any actual parking spots, so I made my own parking with a bunch of other trucks. Needless to say, nobody really cared. So I go in, get something to eat. I head back to Anheuser-Busch, put in all the information again, because if you leave and come back, you have to put in the information again because you're not truly checked in. Because not only do you have to check in on this computerized system, you have to check in with a guard, because they have to cut your seal. So I put in all the paperwork. They tell me, okay, pull up, slide your tandems, bring your paperwork in. I do that. Guard comes out with me, he cuts the seal off. I go to open the door and I'm just like, and I don't even say anything. The load shifted back. And mind you, it wasn't on me. Whoever loaded it didn't do it right, and then there was no securement in there. So there was no, I'm just gonna leave it at that because it gets me depressed, because that incident is what got me pissed. They're like, well, are you gonna restack it? No, I don't touch the freight. Okay, you're gonna have to call lumpers. I don't call lumpers. Well, you're gonna have to get the company to call the lumpers. All right, I'll flip a U-turn. Go ahead and let me out. I'll get a hold of the company and let them know. Well, we can't let you leave because we cut the seal off. All right, I'm gonna drop the trailer right here. You can't do that. Well, where am I gonna park? Give me just a minute, because, you know, I'm sitting in the middle, you know, right in front of the fucking barricade for the security check-in, right in front of the scale. So if I sit there, nobody else can fucking get in. And that's what they were gonna have me do, is sit there and get a hold of the company and block everything up. So I was gonna make it a bitch for them and drop that fucking trailer right there and leave. Come to find out, well, hold on. They give me a door, I back into the door, I'm sitting, and sitting, and sitting. I go back to go to sleep. Mind you, they never said anything about lumpers after the door. They gave me the door, they did not say anything about me getting the door and then going and calling the company to get them to go lumpers, but at that time, nobody would have been fucking available, so it wouldn't have mattered, so I went to bed. Woke up the next morning. First thing I did is I called claims. I let them know. They transferred me over to Breakdown, and Breakdown was having a hell of a time trying to do anything, because they're the ones that schedule the lumpers and what they want me to do. I get a call back from claims and they're like, hey, are you still sitting there? Yes. This is why I didn't want Breakdown involved. Your guess is as good as mine. So she's trying to fight and get me lumpers. Meanwhile, the lumpers that she could get out to get the service done was taking forever because apparently the guy was stuck in traffic, which I get. Finally, he gets here, after she raised hell with the company. Sorry, I had to get a drink. But fucking 20 hours is how long I sat there at that goddamn facility. I told them, alright, I'm done. I've been up, haven't slept. I'll be at the truck stop if you need me. They're like, okay, what time you want your PTA set for? Oh, 700 in the morning. Okay, it's set. Perfect, thank you. So I sat there. I would have set myself up for 34 in Tonal Hill, Georgia at the terminal, except they wanted me to deliver this early, so that pissed me off. I managed to get a 34-hour reset in at fucking between Anheuser-Busch and TA. Because I didn't have a load. I personal conveyed my ass down to the TA, which, like I said, is right down the street. I got a parking spot. All was good. Since then, I've had my rocky moments. Everything has been fine for the most part. Till they gave me a load to California, and I'm like, okay, because it was Del Monte. I'm fine with Del Monte. No. Back up. This was not the Del Monte load. This was a different load going to California. The first attempt on a load, they had me doing Anheuser-Busch. I tried to refuse it. And they're like, well, you can't refuse it. And I'm like, the hell if I can. The last time I had an Anheuser-Busch, I was stuck there for 20 fucking hours. So I told them, I refuse this load. You can get this fucking thing off of me. Finally, I just give in because they wanted to argue on the fact with me, and I'm like, alright, I'll attempt to do it. I'm not gonna be happy about it, but I will attempt to do it. Come to find out, they're just gonna have to pull that fucking thing off of me anyway, because I can't get to the facility any way I try because of construction. Fucking roads that aren't accessible to trucks. The couple of roads you thought you would have been able to go down, but guess what? There's a concrete fucking barrier in the way when you look at the Google satellite view. So they pull that load off of me. My next load coming out of California is deadhead down to Fontana, California, to the yard there. And I say yard because it's technically a terminal, but the company wants to fight me on that, saying it's just a drop lot because there is no shop, so it's not a terminal. Well, I tell you what, that's the nicest fucking drop lot I've ever seen, because not only does it have an office there for you to go in, do paperwork, this, that, and the other, it's got a fucking driver's lounge and a security guard. So if that ain't a fucking terminal, I don't know what is. But anyway, they give me a load, drop empty trailer, pick up loaded trailer. So I do that. I'm trying to think. I don't remember what fucking load. I don't remember where that load was going, but I know that my trailer wasn't scheduled to be there when I got there, and I managed to find it, so I hooked up to it. But fucking, I hook up to it, I do laundry, I get my laundry done, I'm on my way. fucking, this goes to Texas, I think. I don't remember, don't quote me. All of these loads are kind of blending together now. I get done with my load in Texas. I try to tell them that I'm unhappy. I'm not listened to. And then it just escalates from there. Not even gonna go into what happened while I was there, because they ended up pulling my load off of me that I didn't want to do, but I told them I was going to do for the sake of getting it done, and having me go to the terminal in Dallas, Fort Worth. So yeah, it might be a good company, it might not be, I don't fucking know. The equipment is good. The only issue you're ever gonna run into is the fact that the truck will not stay idle because of the APU unit on the back, and I tried calling them about this.
3/4 miles, keep right to I-75 north.
And they said because you have the APU unit on the back, we're not going to let the truck idle. Even though it doesn't use any more fuel idling than it would with the APU unit, but I'm not going to try and bark up that tree. I know a way to make the truck idle. I'm not going to get into it, though, because a lot of you will probably not like what I have to say about it. But I am safe about it, I will say that. But and again, I'm not trying, from my perspective, US Express Variant is an alright company. It has its ups, it has its downs, just like any other company. But for those of you out there that are saying that Variant is the best company in the fucking world, instead of saying it that way, say from my personal experience. Because yes, you could have the best experience from Variant. Other people could have the absolute worst experience. That said, I managed to ramble on until we got to, 6 miles away from this facility. Honestly, I wasn't planning on going on this long for that one subject, but I wanted to tell you guys my personal experience with the company and what I thought about it. But still, like I
3/4 miles, take exit 161 on the right to County Road 99.
Okay. Get your fill. I might do that. So anyway, yeah, I touched on that major subject. I wasn't planning on going that long on that one in particular subject. I had a couple other things I wanted to talk about, but I can save those for another video. But I will keep my promise to you guys that I tried to say in the last video, but ended up not doing it because I sat there for 2 hours waiting to get a door for my live unload, even though I got there early thinking that, I'll be able to fucking get in early. Wrong. But, since this is a drop and hook, hell, even if they make it a live unload, I'll show you guys my hook process, unhook process, if it's a drop and hook. If it's a live load, unload, or live load, sorry, I will show you guys my backing process. Regardless, you guys are gonna see how I back the truck up. And a lot of, I tried to search on YouTube for a how to back a Kenworth T680. There's not a single fucking video on it. So I'm gonna show you guys how to do that, and then if you guys want, I can make a separate video on that.
In 1 3/4 miles, take exit 161 on the right to County Road 99, then take the first right.
But if you guys want to see that, I will be more than happy to do that in a separate video. Just let me know down in the comments below. But we are now 5 minutes out from this facility, 3.5 miles. Well, about, 5.5 minutes. Country Road 99. It's like because, the place that I'm dropping off is Campbell's. It's supposed to be a food grade trailer. I don't know the fucking difference. They knew I had this trailer and then they put the load on me, so it's kind of a fact of if they put the load on me after they knew that I had this trailer, it's got to be a food grade trailer.
Take exit 161 on the right to County Road 99, then take the first right.
For those of you that are watching, 3, 2, turn light, engine brake.
Turn right at the traffic light. In 1 3/4 miles, turn right on McLean Drive.
Turn right on McLean Drive. Marathon will take you there. Premier Bank, urgent care facility. Glad I slowed down for that because I know train track can be a bitch. That's Ball Corporation. Not this light.
In 3/4 mile, turn right on McLean Drive.
That looks like my facility. Hopefully. Yeah, Campbell Drive, yeah, okay. Anyways, guys, we're gonna have a brief intermission here. While I get into the facility, I'll check in, and then I'll see you guys after I get checked in. back after our brief intermission, guys. Checked in. Let me grab the paper he gave me really quick. Are the doors supposed to be open? I don't know, I'll figure that out as I go. He said drop in spot number 2100, so keep going. Please don't tell me I'm out in the mud. More than likely I'm out in the mud. $79, $80, $81, $82, $83, $84, $85, $86, $87, $88, $89, $90, $91, $92, $93, $94, $95, $96, $97, $97, $98, $99. It's 2100 here. Oh, this is gonna be simplistically a bitch. So what you want to do is you want to make sure you're clear, and you're gonna get your tandems up or your truck up to here, hard right, hard left. Mind you, this isn't always going to be perfect, but at this point here you're practically set up. So now what we're gonna do, they tell you you're supposed to honk before you back. I never do, because if you can't see me backing up, you're fucking blind. It's hard when you're trying to go by the lines and there's no lines for you to go by. And I have to get it in this spot without hitting that fucking light pole. So like I said, some will be easier, some will be harder. This one definitely is not a nice one. I can't see that light pole. This is where you get out and look. Usually, I don't need to, but that fucking light pole's in the way. I can keep coming back. I can get it kind of flush with Schneider. Fuck, probably right there. Get out and look. Grab my gloves. I need to come back just a little bit more. Do I have the room for it? I do indeed have the room for it. I don't like that they put that light pole there. Put my gloves in my pocket. Right there. Perfect. Because that's where it's going. Usually they say you're supposed to turn your truck off, take your key with you, blah, 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 blah. They also say you're not supposed to do this either. Comes with experience. For all of you new drivers. Notice I'm keeping my body away, as well as not letting it get the better of me. And that needs to be turned straight up like that, otherwise it won't go in. Put my gloves back there. Flip my switch here. 3, 2, 1, release. Put that back down. Pull forward. Don't know if you guys heard that click, but that means that the fifth wheel is gone. Hit my suspension dump. And that's dropped. So put the suspension air back in. Grab my letter. Pick up in 3027. So all the fucking way back down that way. $30.27. But yeah, guys, sometimes it can be simpler, sometimes it can be harder. That one was definitely a hard one because they had them spaced out wrong, and because of the light pole. But like I said, in that kind of situation, you want to get out and look. If you are unsure of your positioning, get out and look. I don't think the doors were supposed to be open. Oh well. 3027. That's 203-582, 203-582. That's me. That's way too fucking high. You guys might be asking me, well, without getting and looking, how can you tell? Simple. Give me just a sec and I'll show you. Showing you guys some simple tips and tricks. Okay, right there. I can show you guys why that's too high. That's why it's too high. If you don't have the room from the top of your tire to the skid plate where it should be, should have 1.5 inch gap estimated. I've never measured it. You're too high. I knew I was too high beforehand. Oh, fuck. Of course it's gonna be this kind of a bitch. Maybe. Yay. Come down just a little bit more. Right there. Normally you don't want to be in the position that I'm in on the fifth wheel. But watch. There's the fifth wheel slid down. Tug test good. Let that build air back up. As you can see, there's no gap. And it's locked in place. Just taking its sweet ass time to build air. Easier than I thought it was gonna be. Alright. I know I've still got my gloves on, don't yell at me. Turn that off now that I have air built up to go into the tank. No air leaks. This does not have the fucking light. Hopefully it has the auto inflation system. Yeah, no, if you can't move it because it's got too much weight sitting on the landing gear, put it in low gear. Once you have that done, you get underneath it. That weight is on the fifth wheel. Sorry guys, this thing is loud. At least it works. Okay. That's set. That light works. I don't like these tires. It doesn't. They do not have the self-inflation. Fuck! Alright, so since they don't have a self-inflation, we're gonna do a little something. Open up my handy dandy side box. Just casually drop my key. No bumps, no nothing. Okay, that's good. Those lights are good. It's got lights there, but not there. That's a new one for me. Fucking trailer. 203? So this is a new trailer. That light's good. Not sure on that tire. Oh yeah, that light's okay. There's a light up here. There is, so that one's fine. Tires are good. Lights are good, other than that one being smashed in by some dumbass. 21, this is a brand new fucking trailer and they've already got it smashed. That's locked. I'm going to show you guys how I slide tandems too while I'm at it, because I'm going to slide it here. Because they want me to go on the scale before I get my fucking paperwork. That all goes off. Start up. Pull up just a tiny bit. Trailer ABS light. Fuck, I'm gonna have to check that. See down here. Pull. Slides the pins in. ABS light is not on, so it's something in the truck. Oh, it's off now. Okay. Slide back. Preferably to that point. You release your air in here. That tells the pins to set. And now they're set. Alright guys, that is it for this video. If you enjoyed, please be sure to hit that like button. Also be sure to subscribe for more content. And I will see you all in the next video. Stay orange.